Hi, welcome to Marketing Monday. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin with Marketing Resolution. It's another great Monday, and we're ready to get the week started off right. I've got a very special cafe mocha. Some lovely person sent me this coffee mug with Marketing Monday and my logo on it. They didn't send a card, no note. I don't know who to thank. So if this was you that sent me this lovely mug in the mail, thank you so much. Very thoughtful. I love it. I intend to use it every Monday. But please let me know that you sent it. I'd like to say thanks. All right. Really good mug, really good coffee. All right. So today we want to talk about the pitfalls of perfection and how perfection can, I think, really get in the way of our practice development. While I'm going through today's Marketing Monday, if you've got a question or an idea, please pop it in the chat. Say hello. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what questions you've got. So let's talk a little bit about perfectionism. This is one of the things that I encounter from time to time when I'm consulting with clients. And I don't really know why some of us seek perfectionism and others of us don't. But I see a couple of different commonalities amongst my clients. A lot of my clients are truly perfectionists, and that's not necessarily a bad thing unless it stands in the way of progress, which it does sometimes. So I was talking with a client not too long ago, and the client, in my opinion, was using the search for perfectionism as a way to procrastinate, doing the things that we both knew needed to be done for marketing and practice development. And because things weren't perfect, they couldn't be released, they couldn't be put out. And I think that search for perfectionism is used as a defense mechanism. It's used as a crutch to keep things, away from the public, from prying eyes, so to speak. And I think too, perfectionism is probably now more than ever before really commonplace. And I don't know, but I suppose a lot of that can be attributed to social media, because on social media, when we are the viewer of social media, everyone else's life looks perfect. Their hair is perfect. Their everything is perfect. Their practice is perfect. Their marketing message is perfect. And it seems to be so easy, right? All of this seeming perfection. And I think that creates for us a barrier, as though we can't go over those kinds of hurdles. And I think that's a really big mistake. We don't want to do that. So anyway, let's talk about some of these pitfalls. And again, perfectionism, I think that it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can really become a hindrance, rather than a catalyst for progress. And while striving for excellence is commendable, fixating on perfection, I think, does really impede the growth and success of a mediation practice. And that's the part that we want to avoid. We don't want to have our search for perfection leading us toward stagnation. And I think a lot of practitioners find themselves sort of endlessly tweaking and refining their marketing strategies, searching for an unattainable ideal. So I think that it's better for us to concentrate on making progress, not finding perfection. Uh, I think that crafting a perfect message sometimes happens. Sometimes we wake up and we have a perfect hair day. Sometimes we sit down to write content for an article and it's truly perfect. But for the most of us, for the most part, we have to work at it. We have to, continue to, like I said, refine and tweak things to get it on that road to excellence. Rarely perfect, but excellent. And excellent is frequently Fabulous. So while we're trying to craft the perfect message, and every other aspect of our online presence and in our speeches and in our networking, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, lots of potential clients are completely unaware that we have really valuable services to offer them because those messages are being kept to ourselves and not sent out, not shared. Some of this is because I think the fear of imperfection can prevent us from embracing innovative marketing techniques, maybe, or experimenting with new approaches. So, for example, at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, a lot of people were really resistant to trying Zoom and online dispute resolution services. And, it was just a big hold, right? And I think that fear played a large part in that. And that's okay. Over time, we get used to things and we understand that some of these things are maybe not at all risky. Some of the new or innovative marketing techniques that are available are simply a calculated risk, and we can mitigate those risks through learning, through experimenting, through stretching a bit outside our comfort zone. We want to do all of those kinds of things, but I think the fear of imperfection um, comes to us in a really negative way when we don't embrace new technology, new strategies, new services, new ways to make our practices better. And in the chat, here's Nikki. Hello from a rainy Los Angeles. Hi, Nikki. How are you? All right. So I think that also the relentless pursuit of perfection, it really takes a toll on our mental and emotional well-being as business people. And the constant pressure to meet what are possibly impossibly high standards can lead to burnout or anxiety or self-doubt, and those kinds of thoughts, those kinds of feelings really undermine our effectiveness as business people and as the people who are helping the other people in the room. So we want to be really careful that we set our sights on being good enough, being great, being excellent, but not perfection. So, what can we do instead? We can shift our mindsets. We can forget about finding the flawless execution of a marketing task, and instead focus on the progress of the marketing task. What are we getting done? Are we sending out mailers? Are we sending out business cards? Are we sending out thank you notes? Are we attending networking events? Are we offering ourselves up to be the public speaker at an event? Are we providing trainings? Are we getting articles published? All of these kinds of things. I think getting those tasks checked off of our to-do lists in a way that is good enough or even great as opposed to perfect is one of the better antidotes to getting stuck, to finding this paralysis in seeking perfection. And that's a really dangerous place for us to be as business people. So we want to understand that a lot of the tasks that we do, they may not be perfect. There may be flaws, imperfections. Frequently, these kinds of things are simply inevitable, and we just have to view them as opportunities for learning and improvement. And that's just the way of it. That's the human experience, right? That's how it goes for us. And I think also embracing a mindset of experimentation or iteration, maybe not in the mediation room, but for our practice development, for our marketing. So maybe try some new marketing strategies. If you haven't done direct mail, try direct mail. If you haven't done electronic newsletters, email newsletters, maybe try the newsletters. If you haven't tried video, try video or podcasting, whatever it might be. There's lots of different ways in which we can very appropriately experiment and make adjustments and find that, maybe something fits our practice better than another thing. We can grow, we can evolve. And the thing about marketing for mediators and arbitrators is that there is definitely not a one size fits all to any of these activities. What works for one practitioner may not necessarily work for another. So we want to look and analyze and see what suits our clients best, what suits the parties best, what suits us best, and then give it a try, give it a shot. There are lots of tutorials on YouTube. You can listen to podcasts, you can buy books, you can go to webinars and seminars. Give me a call. I'll talk to you about it. Lots of different ways, though, that we can embrace that. Hi, Kim, who is in Houston, Texas, where winter is definitely over. Well, that might be a really good thing for some of us, right? All right. And I think that another way that we can avoid some of the pitfalls of perfectionism is to work collaboratively with someone. Seek support or guidance from mentors or colleagues, or like I said, give me a call. We can work through it together, get some feedback, find somebody who can help you to navigate the complexities of promoting your mediation practice. It's always better to work with someone than to go it alone, because we get stuck, don't we? We work ourselves up into these really sort of dangerous perfectionistic cycles. So, all right. I think, again, for those of us who really want the best in our careers and in our lives, excellence is a worthwhile pursuit. Absolutely. But when a quest for doing things really well tips over into perfectionism, it can cause delays and it impedes our progress. It stops the practice development growth that we are looking for. And we don't want to do that. So, like a lot of things, I think that seeking excellence is a very positive trait, but taken to the extreme, that turns into something that can be really, really negative. So, again, a commitment to greatness, excellent, but too much of a good thing, not good, right? So, all right. What else do I want to chat to you about? I think that's it. Be really careful that you don't let finding the perfect message, the perfect graphic, the perfect speech, the perfect article, the perfect anything stops you from making the progress necessary to market, promote, and build your practice the way it needs to be built. Do a good job. Sometimes doing just good enough is pretty darn great. Well, that is it for me today, Monday, Marketing Monday. And again, to whomever sent me this lovely mug in the mail, thank you so much. Please let me know if you're the one who did that. I'm absolutely deeply, madly in love with it, and I'd love to say thanks. All right, that's it. Take care on this Monday. Be good humans. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.